it's here! It's World Championships! The question is, where is here? Ostend? I don't even know. Whatever. We're on the coast of Belgium. It's real windy. It's kind of warm today. It's going to be chilly on race day. We're going through the start-finish straight. Get out of my way, Swiss guys. I'm coming through! But you made me choke up this first turn, which is a left-hand turn, and then I awkwardly almost hit that gate because I thought it was going to be tighter turn, but it was actually pretty big, so that was awkward. So that's going to be our first turn of the course, and luckily those exterior to the turn barriers are pretty far away. Actually, I don't even know if that's the first turn of the course. I just assumed because that was the finish straight. I just thought it would be the start too. This is the pit to the right, so it comes super early in the lap, maybe? Oh, guys, I just realized this. I have no idea where the start line is. Here's a flyover. Is this a pinch point? I don't even know. It's real steep, though, and there are really intense transitions. I actually ended up going up 1 PSI in the back just because of the transition onto that flyover. Right-hand turn that's kind of rutted and bermed before we hit this pavement, and hop over a little chunked up pavement, and then we hit the bridge. Honestly, I don't think that's the start. Oh, crap, guys. I really got to figure this out. This is a bad PreRide video already. Anyways, this is the bridge. In my vlog, I'm going to put a shot of what it looks like looking off of the bridge, but for now, you're just going to get to see me plunge down into the sand. And at the bottom of this bridge, I was worried that it was going straight into loose sand and I was going to have to gauge my speed, but it's actually pretty firm ground underneath the flyover, so it's a smooth transition and you can run out before you hit the deep sand and really start struggling. So obviously I passed those Swiss guys and they just passed me back in the sand, but they don't get too far before they got off their bikes, so suck it, Swiss guys. So anyways, you come off that bridge, it's a pretty firm transition, and then the sand gradually gets deeper, and you just want to stick a rut, and with all that momentum that you do have, just kind of ride it out, let the sand kind of take you wherever. You do like a mild amount of guiding, and there's a couple ways to do it here. Right now you can see I'm really working hard to get the bike moving. I walked apathetically out towards this firmer ground here as the tide is coming in. So that's one option, to ride in the harder ground where the water is or has been recently, or you hang it tight in the fence line and run. I haven't seen anybody ride the loose sand at the fence line, and I'm guessing in the race you would run. In PreRide, I only walked. It was real apathetic. There was another rider who was trying to ride out here as I was walking interior, and I beat her to the corner by walking. But she was also trying a lot harder than I was and going a lot slower. So, whatever. We're going to see how that is in race day. But then, as you see right here, as soon as the sand started to get drier, I immediately had to get off and start walking. And this is me being melodramatic, braced over the bars. This is my second lap, though, and oh my god. This is a lot of sand, and it's not like, oh, look at me, I'm just walking. It's like real life beach walking sand. And here I'm chastising this French kid who's like trying too hard. Like, nobody likes a show off. Get your crap together. So here, off of the beach, right-hand turn to take the loose sand from the shoreline up to that big building that I'm assuming has a name. It's probably some sort of landmark. That's also where the team parking is, and I am alone pointed towards the building looking at a giant menu and really overpriced appetizers. Like, who wants to pay €30 for an appetizer? If you can afford an appetizer for €30, how much are you paying for your entree? Can you afford drinks? Do you get desserts? Like, who can afford this? I don't even know. Especially European-size appetizers. Appetizers in America are shareable. Appetizers in Europe, I can only imagine. It's like you get one thing. That's it. So I magically, got further up in the sand there. And there's little hard bits that they actually put in for the race. So they give you a little hard strip. I don't know if it's concrete underneath there, so you can hop on the bike and gain some momentum before you hit this little tiled section here. And it's a small reprieve before you turn right and go immediately back into sand. There is another one of those little hard concrete strips here right at the start. But here you see it ends, the ruts get really deep, and it's just, you try to find a rut and skip from rut to rut and go as far as you can. As soon as you start losing momentum, you hop off the bike. I waited a little bit long to hop off the bike, mostly because I didn't feel like running, so I was going to hop off at walking pace. So obviously I was just going to come to a complete standstill before I got off the bike. So obviously with the chesty set for riding, when I'm walking, you get a nice view of the sky. But luckily the sky looks really awesome today. Little French kids riding past me. My quality as I do the voiceover is really poor, so I don't know if that was a French kid. But I'm going to speed this up a smidge. So right here, they transition they put another little concrete pad on so that you can ride this corner. But then the sand gets loose again because, I don't know, these course designers hate us. That was pretty hard for me to ride. I'm actually going to turn around and try to do it again, although I never do ride it cleanly all the way. So here I'm hopping on what looks like it's going to be loose sand, but it's that weird firm concrete pad that they put underneath. I'm trying to find a rut and I'm trying to stick to it, and I'm going pretty close to the fence here, and at some point I think I just abandoned because I'm more worried about riding into the fence than actually being able to ride the sand. I probably won't be able to do this cleanly in the race anyways. So again, there's that weird, the concrete bit, loose sand, another concrete bit that is that base as you go onto and off of the flyover. And now this is tough because you have absolutely no momentum and you've just been doing all that sand work. You really have to work to climb up the flyover right here. And plus you have low tire pressure because, I don't know, for some reason you want low tire pressure in the sand. I don't know. That's just what they tell me. Now we're dropping back down the flyover to head towards the infield here. And this section, it's nice because you're just coasting. You're kind of hopping over rough pavement. There's a small little lip to transition over here. Swooping left-hand turn on this off camber, and then you take a right, and you're going to be coming by pit 2, I'm pretty sure here. Yeah, this is pit 2. And I'm not thinking we're going to be pitting too much, but you know, it's nice to have people standing in there cheering for you. Yeah, the cheers come from the pits this year. I mean, they always do, but my favorite cheers every year by the pits. But it's kind of our only cheering out there this year. Thanks, mechanics. Thanks a lot. Keeping morale real high. And we're going to need a morale boost after that time on the beach. Even if it's sunny, it's going to be terrible. But it might be snowy. Even more terrible. And here I'm coming up behind Cylin, and I kind of laugh at her because she very unceremoniously plopped off of that little curb there. And, you know, I'm going to take a moment to chit-chat with her because, you know, we're like besties. My first European race ever, I got 11th and she got 10th. And, you know, I think me pushing her to get 10th is what really slungshot her into her career to be able to wear the rainbow stripes for this past season and a half, you know. So a left-hand turn off of this pavement and pump through a like very small sand bit that makes you feel like you can ride sand, but really that's nothing. That's nothing, people. You already saw the sand. It is real. So this is just a straightaway hard pack. We're in a hippodrome here. I don't know. I think it's like a horse racetrack or something. I think regardless of any sort of precipitation, it's not going to be muddy in here. The ground is really hard right now. There's a little bit of sand mixed in, and periodically there are sections that are sort of like, I don't know, like right here. There are little ruts forming, but I think that's as muddy as it's going to be no matter how wet it gets. It might get to the point that it sort of sprays us, but right now the ruts that are there are a few that if you try to turn out of it, it might like kick your wheel or something, but they're inconsequential right now. I think that it won't be a mud tire day. I think it's going to be a mids day. Maybe file still, who knows? Maybe file rear, mid, front, who really knows? Anyways, just a few little undulating turns and stuff through here. There's not a ton of power that you can use in this part of the course, which I think is good because there's so much power and just, I don't know, energy sucking sections throughout the rest of the course. By the rest of the course, I mean that bit of sand, ? So this part, it's all about maintaining speed, popping out of corners quickly, and then flowing and not messing up, which is going to be really, really hard when you're redlined. Weirdly though, no Belgian up-de-doos. The only up-de-doos is the giant Bridge of Doom and the 2 flyovers that have transitions that are just real shitty. And by that I mean one shitty transition and one thing that's a staircase, which is always a shitty transition. This thing right here. I tried to come into it real hot and tripped first lap. Because, you know, why would I want to not embarrass myself at the World Championships? Pretty sharp, steep descent there is we make a turn immediately off of it and go under what we just rode up. I don't know if they realized the course would have gone a lot faster if we could have just made a right-hand turn instead of going up the flyover and back under it, but what do I know about course design? So up this little hump here, no idea who that little kid is. I don't know, maybe that's George already. Is that Wout's kid? I don't know. I passed him. Chop and drop. So pump up here, flowing left-hand turn, and then we're going to transition back up. That little skip there was actually because I took some time on that corner and just went down and turned left and just tried to like work until I wasn't using my brakes on that corner at all and lean into the side knobs and trust them. So I just hopped the fence and took that corner probably 4 times. So this is a fun little pop-up and punch back down, and now we're back on the little cinder track that is the, I don't want to say start, but I just know that it's finish. Again, I don't know where the start line is, people. I really got to figure this out. So that was our lap, give or take what may or may not be a start-finish line. I have to go finish my homework and look at the course map and figure out where the start line is. So if you guys figure out at any point, let me know, because you might find out before me, and I have to race real soon. Okay, bye!